Everyone said my wedding day was perfect. The hall in Lagos was full. Music was loud. People were dancing. My white gown was shining. My husband, Kunal, stood beside me, smiling like a man who had finally found peace. I believed him. I believed the way he held my hands at the altar. I believed the way he promised me forever. I believed that I was the first and only woman in his life. That night, after the wedding, we went to a quiet hotel. I was tired, but happy. My heart was full. I sat on the bed, removing my makeup when his phone rang. Kunal was in the bathroom. The phone rang again and again. I was not the type to touch my husband's phone, but something inside me felt heavy. The caller name showed Mama Tund. I answered. Hello? I said softly. There was silence at first. Then a woman's voice came out, shaking. Is this Kunal's phone? She asked. Yes, I am his wife, I replied proudly. The woman laughed, but it was not a happy laugh. It was a broken one. Wife? She said slowly. Which wife? My heart skipped. I am Kunal's wife, I repeated. We just got married today. There was a long pause. Then the woman cried. My daughter, she said. Kunal married my daughter Aisha 10 years ago in the village. They have 3 children together. He left them and came to the city. He said he was looking for work. The room started spinning. I held the phone tighter. No, that is not true, I whispered. It is true, she said. Aisha is sick. The children have not gone to school for 2 years. We have been calling Kunal. Today, someone told us he got married in Lagos. My legs could not carry me anymore. I sat on the floor. Just then, Kunal came out of the bathroom, smiling, with a towel around his neck. Who are you talking to? He asked. I slowly lifted the phone and looked at him. Your mother-in-law, I said, from the village. His smile disappeared. His phone fell from his hand, and at that moment, I knew my life had just broken into 2. But I did not yet know how deep the lie was, or what Aisha was ready to do when she finally found her voice. Kunal stood there like a man who had seen a ghost. He did not talk. He did not move. He just stared at me. I picked up his phone from the floor and pressed it to his chest. Answer her, I said, my voice shaking. Tell her I am lying. He opened his mouth, but no words came out. Mama Tund, I said into the phone, fighting back tears. Please, tell me everything. The woman sighed deeply. My daughter Aisha married Kunal when she was only 19, she began. He was kind then. He promised to build a better life for her. When their first child came, he said he needed to travel to Lagos to work. He left and never returned. Kunal dropped to the bed slowly. We waited. She continued. Months turned to years. Sometimes he sent small money. Then he stopped. Aisha begged him. The children begged him. Last year, he blocked all our numbers.
My chest felt like it was burning. I turned to Kunal. So all the times you told me you had no family, you were lying? He finally spoke. I was trying to start afresh, he said quietly. By abandoning your wife and children? I shouted. He covered his face with his hands. I was poor in the village, he said. Life was hard. I thought if I came to the city and married someone new, everything would be better. So I was your fresh start? I asked. Your escape plan? He looked at me, tears in his eyes, but I felt nothing for him at that moment. The phone rang again. This time, it was a video call. The name on the screen was Aisha. My hands were shaking, but I answered. The face that appeared was thin and tired. Her eyes were sunken. Behind her were 3 children sitting quietly on a mat. She looked at me, then she spoke softly. So, you are the woman he replaced me with. I shook my head quickly. No. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. She nodded slowly. I don't hate you, she said. I hate the lie. One of the children tugged her wrapper. Mummy? The little boy asked. Is that Daddy? Kunal broke down completely. He crawled toward the phone. My son, please forgive me. Aisha turned the phone away from him. You don't get to call them your children today, she said calmly. Not after 10 years. The room was silent. I looked at my wedding ring. It suddenly felt heavy, like chains. Aisha, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. What do you want? She looked straight at me through the screen. I want my children to know the truth, she said, and I want to come to Lagos. Kunal's head snapped up. To do what? He asked, fear in his voice. Aisha looked at him, then back at me. To face my husband and his new wife. And that was when I realized My wedding was not the end of a love story. It was the beginning of a battle. 3 days after the wedding, my house became silent. Kunal barely spoke. He moved around like a stranger, afraid of his own shadow. Every time his phone rang, his hands shook. Mine shook too. I could not eat. I could not sleep. I kept seeing Aisha's face. And the children. On the 4th day, my mother came to visit. She looked at my face and knew immediately that something was wrong. Marriage is not like party, she said, holding my hands. Tell me what is eating you. I broke down and told her everything. She sat quietly for a long time. Then she stood up. Call your husband, she said firmly. Kunal came out and knelt down immediately when he saw her. Mummy, I am sorry, he cried. Sorry? My mother asked. Is that enough to feed 3 children you abandoned? She turned to me. Did he tell you before marriage? I shook my head. She faced Kunal again. You have destroyed 2 women with 1 lie. That evening, my father and brothers arrived. Kunal's family was called. The sitting room was full of anger, tears, and shouting.
Just as the argument became louder, a knock came on the door. Everyone went quiet. Kunal stood up slowly and opened it. A woman stood there, holding a small bag. Behind her were 3 children. It was Aisha. She looked thinner than on the video call. Her wrapper was old. Her eyes were tired, but strong. I have arrived, she said softly. Kunal fell to his knees. People started murmuring. My mother stood up and walked to Aisha. You are welcome, she said gently. You are not the enemy here. Aisha's eyes filled with tears. She looked at me. I stood up too. My legs felt weak as I walked toward her. For a moment, we just stared at each other, 2 wives connected by 1 man's lie. I am sorry, I said again. She nodded. I know. Then one of the children ran toward Kunal. Daddy, the girl said innocently. The room exploded. Some people shouted. Some people cried. Some blamed me. Some blamed Aisha. Kunal tried to touch the child, but Aisha pulled her back. First, Aisha said calmly, we will talk about the past 10 years. She turned to me. Then she added, we will talk about the future. And at that moment, I knew a hard decision was coming. One that would change my marriage, my family, and my life forever. The room became quiet. Everyone waited. Aisha sat down on the sofa with her children close to her. I stood on the other side, holding my wrapper tightly. Kunal stayed on his knees, crying like a child who had lost his way. Kunal's uncle cleared his throat. This matter has gone beyond tears, he said. Kunal has 2 wives. That is the truth now. My mother stood up immediately. No, she said firmly. My daughter was married with lies. This marriage was built on deceit. Kunal looked up at me. Please, he begged. Let us fix this. I will take care of everyone. I swear. I looked at him for a long time. I remembered how I trusted him, how I defended him, how I said yes at the altar. Then I looked at Aisha. She was quiet. No shouting, no begging, just pain mixed with strength. I did not come to fight, Aisha said softly. I came so my children will not be forgotten. If you choose to leave, I will understand. If you choose to stay, I will accept my place. Her words broke me. I turned to Kunal. You did not just lie to me, I said. You stole my choice. Tears ran down his face. I cannot share a life that began with lies, I continued. I did not marry you to compete with another woman's pain. The room went silent. I slowly removed my wedding ring and placed it on the table. I am walking away, I said. Not because I hate you, but because I love myself. My mother hugged me tightly. Kunal screamed my name, but I did not turn back. As I walked out, I heard Aisha speak one last time. Take care of your children, she told him. That is your only chance at redemption. Weeks later, the marriage was annulled. Kunal moved to a smaller apartment and started working seriously.